Like many lean tools and techniques, 5S seems deceptively simple. So why is it that so many companies get it wrong? In my view, the starting point from which we aim to achieve the objective is very simple. First, we aim to create a source of pride. Second, we want to create a sense of ownership in the workplace. The worst thing that you can possibly do when you commence 5S activities is to set a standard that is not achievable. At the outset, many employees will take the view that 5S will be a short-lived management initiative. But to set a standard and then to very quickly not achieve that aim is the worst possible outcome. Here are what I consider the most important pieces of advice that I can give. First, agree with employees in the workplace what is the reasonable standard that can definitely be maintained. Second, if in doubt, set the standard slightly lower than you think is achievable. If you set the standard too high, then you will not achieve your goal and be seen to fail. That is absolutely not what you want to happen. On the other hand, if you set the standard too low, it is possible that you achieve the standard easily. If that happens, that's still a great result, and all you need to do then is to raise the standard slightly and have another go. No problem. So exactly how long will it take you to get to what you think is a reasonable standard of 5S? Well, of course the answer is it depends. The important thing is to approach 5S in a step-by-step manner. The first step is the initial sort out or clear out. What this means is that we remove from the workplace any items that are not regularly used. By doing this, we reduce the possibility of creating errors. Perhaps more importantly, we reduce all of the time previously wasted trying to find the items that we actually do need. The important thing with this first step of clear out or sort out is that it is maintained. We usually recommend that you set the initial standard and check at least weekly that it is being maintained. When and only when you are happy that this standard is maintained, then you move on to the next two steps of 5S, straighten and sweep and shine. In more commonly used language, we could say a place for everything and everything in its place. So these next two steps are about the physical organisation and labelling of those items that we do use regularly. It's usually helpful to arrange these items according to how frequently they are used. For example, those items that we use every single day, we would want them to be very easily available. Typically, they will be permanently on display at the point of use. For example, this is where shadow boards come in useful. The sorts of things that we look to do here are to have important items physically stored in an organised manner, clearly labelled and with signs that make it obvious exactly which items are stored where. Most organisations don't find it too difficult to implement these first three S's. The next two S's, however, are far more difficult, and I'll be discussing these in my next video blog.